Good day, sir. I am Andrea Musad, a second-year student from Bachelor of Secondary Education majoring in English. In this video, I will answer the second question, is there a fixed morality? For the final requirements of the course ethics section F1. In everyday life, we tend to think of morality as warm and fuzzy as being good. It might include virtues such as compassion, empathy, charity, and self-sacrifice. We often contrast our moral tendencies with our more aggressive or deceptive impulses. But once we realize that morality is from a functional standpoint an inherently group-based affair, we can see that it has a much darker side. Indeed, human societies typically enforce moral rules through institutionalized punishment, in which many individuals within a given group must participate. Morality involves judgment, shame, and exclusion as much as kindness, while some moral principles seem to transcend time and culture, such as fairness. Generally speaking, morality is not fixed. Morality describes the particular values of a specific group at a specific point in time. Morality isn't fixed. What's considered acceptable in my culture might not be acceptable in another culture. Morals are the prevailing standards of behavior that enable people to live cooperatively in groups. Moral refers to what society sanctions as right and acceptable. Most people tend to act morally and follow societal guidelines. Morality often requires that people sacrifice their own short-term interests for the benefit of society. People or entities that are indifferent to right and wrong are considered amoral, while those who do evil acts are considered immoral. While morality has historically been tightly linked to religious beliefs, the secular world now places equal value on it. Businesses and government and organizations, for instance, have codes of ethics that personnel are expected to abide by. Some philosophers distinguish between ethics and morality. However, a lot of individuals confuse the terms morals and ethics when referring to private convictions, deeds, or ideals. It's normal to remark, my morals prohibit me from cheating, but it's also popular to add, my ethics protect me from cheating. Morals are thus the guidelines for appropriate behavior in society. And while morals may evolve over time, they continue to serve as the benchmarks of conduct by which we determine what is good and wrong. The most obvious example is abortion. Abortion in the U.S. is legally treated as a right to women, though that we are no such protections of unborn children based on scientific criteria of when pain is felt, when a child is sentient, or etc. So in the US, do they consider abortion morally okay? In other countries, this is even worse, and yet in other 20 other countries, it is totally considered criminal, for instance, Philippines. I am thankful for every woman that respects life and suffers the pregnancy and other societal bars thrust their way by judgmental fools and hypocrites. Morality is objective and contextual. That means there are fixed moral principles, truthfulness, kindness, cleanliness, and austerity, but they apply differently in different situations. For example, a judge has a duty to decide guilt or innocence and send criminals to prison. Those are prescribed duties of a judge's moral behavior. If someone who is not a judge performs the duties of a judge and independently decides someone is a criminal and imposes punishment, it's sinful instead of dutiful behavior. Another example, it's moral for a married man to give money to his wife, but sinful for him to give money to a woman he may be attracted to outside of marriage. But saying as we do, that societies have differing moralities remains true. Moralities are not the product of one life. They are the product of thousands of lives and are revolving under the pressure of survival. One could list a dozen of historical incidents and social evolutions which shape present-day morality.